I'm gonna level with you for a minute here. I'm a deeply, fundamentally insecure person. I am constantly beset by imposter syndrome. Always in the back of my head, there's a voice that says that you're a fraud and you know it. You know that you're not as smart as you think you are. You know you're not as confident and well-read as you think you are either, and everybody knows it. It's only a matter of time until they figure it out, and then they're exposed as a total phony, and then well, you'll be sorry because you tried really hard, and now they know that you're just a complete fake. And yeah, rationally, I know this is not the case. I know I'm capable of this, and people keep complimenting me. People keep telling me that I'm doing a good thing here, and every time I write an essay and hand it in, I have always gotten good grades, and I'm always complimented on the things that I do, but that does not make that voice go away. It's always just in the back of my mind. It's always just telling me, you're not good enough, you'll never be good enough, you aren't as good as you seem to be, and you're just a phony. You're just totally worthless. You're not capable of genuinely being a good person. And honestly, this is debilitating. It's utterly debilitating. I've been in school for a great number of years of my life, and every single time I write an essay or an assignment or a project of any kind, any sort of effort of any creative kind, I am beset by this overwhelming lack of confidence over it, where I can't even write a single word. I can't make a single start on anything that I'm trying to do because there's just voices in my head shouting, you're not going to be able to do it well. This is going to be a terrible essay. It's going to be awful and nobody's going to like it. And there's no way that you can possibly do this right. So I can't start. I can't get going. I can't even put pen to paper to actually make anything happen that could have the chance of being good or bad. I just can't even start. The only way to be sure that you're not going to be criticized is not to do anything at all. And so I end up just doing nothing and, causing myself a whole lot of problems that way. I was inspired to make this video by one of my favorite YouTubers, Thought Slime. He's actually something of a role model to me. He's somebody that just started doing the YouTube thing, just talks about whatever he wants to talk about, and well, he's closing in on 200,000 subscribers now. He's pretty good at this. I admire what he does and how he does it, and he's part of what's inspired me to do what I'm doing here. And yeah, I'm just starting out, and it surprises me in the same way that it surprises him that I have almost 500 subscribers now. It boggles the mind that 500 people give a shit about what I have to say, that anybody would even be interested in watching anything that I have to say. And yeah, every time I start one of these videos, it takes a long time and a lot of effort just to overcome this feeling that it's not going to be any good, that it's going to be just utter trash and nobody's going to like it, and then everyone will know that I'm a total phony, I'm not good at this, and nobody will ever watch what I have to say again. My subscriber count will just drop to 0 because, well, that's just the natural order of things. And yeah, rationally, I know this is not the case, much in the same way that Matt Thought Slime also knows that it's not the case, that he is actually good at it, that I'm actually good at this, that there is potential here, that I want to continue to do this thing, and there's every good reason to do this thing. But rationally, the rationality of it doesn't affect the emotionality of it. It's still in there. It's still back of my head. Imposter syndrome is pretty common among high academics. Folks that end up at the top end of the academic ladder, master's students, PhD students, that sort of thing, everybody's walking around with imposter syndrome. We talk about it. I know they've got imposter syndrome, and I know that they know that I've got imposter syndrome. But even knowing this and knowing that all of us are as insecure as all the rest of us, that doesn't stop any of us, especially not me, from sitting in a class discussion in a seminar and I'm raising my hand to say something and then thinking, well, it's just going to be gibberish. And then in mid-sentence, I can just feel the confidence just crumbling and ebbing away. And then I start tripping over my words because I'm getting anxious about it. And then I do actually say something nonsensical because, well, I'm too anxious about not saying something nonsensical. And like this isn't a new phenomenon. I've always felt this way. One of my most common recurring dreams, anxiety-related dreams, I mean, everybody has the one where you show up to school and you forgot to put on pants or something like that. But for me, it's I can't communicate. Either I can't seem to make the words happen, or my voice isn't working properly, or I'm talking or shouting, waving my arms, trying to communicate something to someone, and they're just not understanding me. Like, one of the common ones is I'm trying to warn someone of something. Like, I had a dream that an ex-partner of mine, I was trying to warn her that there was a wolf outside the door, that don't go out there. There's a wolf out there. You'll get eaten by the wolf. And she's just like, what? I don't understand what you're saying. She's just going for the door. And no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, she's still going for the door. And it's this kind of dream that just, it shows up all the time in different forms. And it creeps out into my waking world as well, where I feel like I'm just shouting into the void sometimes, just trying to get something across, and under the presumption that no one's going to listen, that no one's going to care, that it's not going to make any difference at all. And so it dissuades me from writing the things that I want to write, dissuades me from making the videos that I want to make. I have been wanting to do this YouTube thing for literally years. Made a couple of false starts at it and just never really continued because I wasn't an instant success. And just that single stumbling block, that single opportunity for self-doubt is enough to just stop me from trying at all, stop me from trying anything forever. The only thing that has really changed is like, I've forced myself in doing this thing this year with my New Year's resolution of just making myself do a video per day, is just like, stop caring about outcomes. Just fucking do it, man. Just turn on the camera, stop talking to it. Don't overthink it. Don't write a script. Don't obsess over the script, because if you do that, you'll be stuck there all day and then you won't produce anything. You'll just be stuck with an empty page and an empty video. So just fucking do it. And it's worked. Like, I've been making videos. It's now February 26th, and I've made as many videos as there have been days so far this year. So yeah, good for me. Has it gotten any easier? No, not at all. Every single time, every single day, it is the same level of struggle to just feel as if I am worthy of an audience, worthy of even a small audience, worthy of even talking to my damn cat sometimes. I know it's a free speech environment. I know I can do anything I want. Even if nobody wants to listen, I can still talk, but it doesn't stop that feeling of unworthiness. And I think there's deeper causes behind that as well. It's not just a matter of me being personally neurotic, although, yeah, I am, but it's systemic. There's a reason why this feeling of imposter syndrome is so common among people. The reason why it's not just affecting me, but also lots of other YouTubers, as well as lots of other academics, as well as... Meow. Wow. Slander has something to contribute. And again, broken record, it's capitalism. It's always capitalism's fault. The problem is, we're set in this socio-political economic environment where the only thing that matters is personal success, individual success. How well off are you as compared to other people? Right from the beginning of school, we're set in implied competition. We're taught to work together, cooperate, be friendly, be nice, be sharing and caring and all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, there's this hidden curriculum. There's this implication that you have to get as high grades as possible, because high grades will lead you to a higher education, which will lead you to a higher wage when you grow up and become part of the working world. And, well, you want that, don't you? You want a nice house and nice things, and you don't want to be threatened with poverty and homelessness and all that sort of stuff. And it's not good enough just to be good enough. You have to be better than your peers. You have to get the higher grades. You have to get a higher wage than everybody else in order to show that you're better than them. And yeah, these expectations, these unrealistic expectations are strong. And for those of us who were good at school at a young age, they're even stronger. There was great expectations on me. Back when I was a computer nerd, well, everybody thought I was going to be like the next Bill Gates or some bullshit. But, well, that didn't work out. I'm not nearly as conniving nor ambitious, and certainly not as, well, dumb lucky as Bill Gates or somebody like that. I wasn't born in with a trust fund, a comfortable family life, but never was really that privileged to that degree. Wasn't in the right place at the right time, so to speak. So this whole fantasy of making it big, being somebody impressive, somebody important, well, it's a fallacy. It's a delusion for that matter. And it's a constructed delusion. It's a delusion for a reason. It's there to motivate people to be hardworking and sacrificing. And for that matter, it's there to make you look down on people who aren't as well off, to make you think that they didn't have the talent, they didn't have the hard work, they didn't have the gumption, the go-get-it spirit that, well, you who are not at the bottom, well, you had because, well, you're not as poorly off as they are, therefore you're better than them. It's just another tool to divide people one from the other. It's another tool to enable consent for the oppression of people that don't deserve to be oppressed. Nobody deserves to be oppressed. But these narratives around competition and around worthiness, they generate consent, acceptance, that it's common sense that some people end up at the bottom because, well, that's their lot in life and they deserve it. They brought this on themselves, but they didn't. That's not the way it works. So yeah, if you're watching this and you too suffer from imposter syndrome, I know nothing I can say can make you feel any better because nothing that you can say can make me feel any better. So, I'm not fishing for compliments here. Don't try and cheer me up or make me feel worthy or whatever, because intellectually I know. I've read your comments. I appreciate it. I love you. I appreciate the fact that you are appreciating what I'm doing. But I also appreciate you. I also appreciate you who are watching, who are also struggling with this. You are worthy. You are good at this. You do have talent. You do have ability. You do have the ability to try. And even if what you try to do, even if what you're attempting, even if you fail at it, even if it's not as good as you want it to be, even if it's not as good, especially if it's not as good as what somebody else is doing, it's still worthwhile. Just do it. You deserve a voice. You deserve to be able to be heard no matter what it is, no matter what quality you have in what it is you're saying. So don't give up. And I'll try not to give up too. Anyway, I make these videos daily, so if you appreciate my content, I hope you do, please hit the like button and share the channel, subscribe to it. All those algorithmic things. And I'll see you tomorrow.